Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you so much for your questions. Craig and Shaka are here in the studio. Frank Leboeuf joins us as well, making more of an effort today. Good, well done, Frank. Glad you listened.
Why are you thanking people like falsely?
What do you mean?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sending in your questions.
Well,
just send your questions
in.
in.
If you didn't send the questions, we wouldn't have an extra time.
And I'd be out the door and I'd be home quicker. I mean...
Can't even start Extra Time without you getting involved. I thought we were going to get in and out. Get this done quick.
Well, I can see the questions. I can see how many is on your sheet.
There's only 6. Here we go. Get ready.
Well, let me tell you, that's 4 too many.
What are your hosts? Right. You are the host, moderator of the Tuesday meeting in London, of course, the future of Manchester United. What are your opening lines?
Get rid. I mean, my opening line are, what do you mean? What do you want me to tell you? I don't need to speak.
No.
I just need to come in.
Just put up the table. There you go.
Run a couple of videos of the games.
14.
Show the good signings they made in the summer again and all the previous good signings.
Yes.
Show the old Eric breaking his record. You know, come on. There can't be a serious conversation about going forward. We're taking the club forward. We're on the front foot. It's lame. It's limp. It's stale. It's all of those things.
Right, so, but what's your plan?
You know, what's my plan?
So you get rid of Ten Hag, but then what's the plan?
It's not my job to have a plan.
Well, you're the opener of this meeting.
Oh, there are
the moderator.
The simple argument that there's nobody out there better than Ten Hag doesn't hold any water.
No.
It just doesn't.
This time last year, remember, we were talking about exactly the same thing, and you had Hansi Flick who wasn't anywhere, and look what he's done at Barcelona and the impact that he's made.
You can't just keep sitting in your hands, turning a blind eye, hoping that it'll get better when other clubs are going to go out there and hire. You know, I'm not saying Pochettino. I think Pochettino's a good coach. I don't think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but he's had success.
He's to the US. He's not going to come to Manchester.
No, but that's my point. He was hired whilst others sat in their hands. Right. The US went out and hired them.
Yeah.
That's how the world works. And so the longer they leave it, then unless somebody's going to just pop out the woodwork, clubs are going to go and hire the better managers.
I think they're leaving it along on purpose, let it go really down to rock bottom. So when they hire Gareth Southgate, it's not the end of the world.
What's going to happen is Ruud van Nistelrooy will have this job on an interim basis. This is just my way of thinking.
Right.
They'll not give it a definitive time. They will put him in charge and they will leave it open-ended to give themselves an amount of leeway in terms of time frame to hire somebody. They won't say he's interim for 3 months or interim to the end of the season. They will just hire him as interim head coach indefinitely, and that will buy them a bit of time.
To bring in Zidane and Leboeuf.
No, leave me alone.
Oh,
you know. no, but you know what? But really, seriously, I really think that's the best way to get into another era, where you don't want to take any risks. You want to take your time to pick the right one for once, and for a while, and just put Van Nistelrooy in between. Meanwhile, and maybe try to find a good solution, during the summertime, maybe.
We discussed this, didn't we, quite a lot during the show. I keep hearing Ange Postecoglou, Shaka, is a great coach. Is he really, or just for a club like Spurs? I don't see it reflected on the Premier League table, at least.
Listen, I think Ange Postecoglou is exactly what Spurs needed, just kind of in terms of changing a lot of the culture and a lot of the playing style of that football club. But as I said during the show, I've sat here and defended Postecoglou almost blindly. But I thought that collapse today was beyond excuse. And I think Postecoglou has to take a lot of blame for it. We can talk about defending set pieces and organising around that and whether you need to or not. And again, I've defended Postecoglou blindly through that. But today I thought no professional football club should be capitulating like that.
Shaka, if I may, you want to blame him for what? For not seeing the player defending, not seeing any spirit from the players, or you blame him because you wanted him to do like three substitutions halftime, knowing that there would be a lack of spirit from the players?
At 2-1, you concede a goal, albeit through a mistake. At that point, just kind of take some of the emotion out of the stadium. As I was saying, kick it into the stand if you have to. Kick it long. Just kind of try to take some of the momentum away. You don't have to just go back to what you have been doing and trying to pass out to the back and everything else. At some point, just get agricultural. Just kick it long. Just take some of the momentum away from Brighton. And let things settle down and play your way back into the game. To at that point, still be trying to pass the ball out to the back and do some of these things. I think, and again, stand on the sideline and say that. If the players aren't.
I think Postecoglou's style in England has yet to, clearly, has to prove that it can survive the long game. And by that I mean the eternity of a season. Yes, they'll play great football. Yeah, they'll have their moments, but he has to prove that this style can survive a 38-game season and shore up defensively. The answer is he a great coach? He's a great coach at coaching his side to play this great attacking football, but unfortunately, defenders would be, redundant if it was just about attacking football. So he has to prove that he can get the balance right, and if he doesn't, all this great football will just go for nothing.
For Frank, were you surprised at Antoine Griezmann's retirement from the national team, and what players are best suited to fill his role?
I was a little bit surprised. I was feeling that maybe that was kind of an end of an era, according to what we saw with Didier Deschamps. When he substituted him, he didn't started him once as well, which never happened before. That maybe, I don't know, I'm not there, I don't know, I'm not interested, I don't know what happened between them. I know that, as I once named, that Greizmann was the chouchou of Didier Deschamps. He was his best player, he's the one that he loved the most, and he was like his dad. But something happened maybe, I don't know, and Antoine felt that maybe it was better for him to stop. That it's quite natural after a while when you feel that you cannot be as performant as you've been, and especially you want to serve your club at the best, you want to rest a little bit, and feeling that in the international level you won't be as good as you were. So it's okay. Now to see who can be good. Well, we see Olise, even if he plays quite on the other side, coming forward. So I'm very pleased that there is that future for the national team. But there are so many players capable of doing great things. They're not as mature as Greizmann, of course, but I'm sure Didier Deschamps will find the right person to maybe find another great player in playing like a 9.5.
The good news is he'll have more energy to chase back into that left-back position.
Yes,
like he did today in San Sebastian against Real Sociedad, where he was tracking back in that super negative Diego Simeone side, and Antoine Griezmann worked his socks off.
Yep.
But I can understand. He's won it all, isn't he? In terms of World Cups and all the rest of it. Yep. So why not prolong your career of that and let the youngsters come through?
Shaka, the Benfica match today was abandoned due to heavy fog. Have you ever been in a game that has played in that way and was called off due to...
Everything was foggy to him. As soon as that ball got near the penalty box, the fog descended.
I'm trying. I don't think I've played in fog. Certainly not that heavy fog. I've played in games. I played, actually, it should have been 2007 MLS season. Two players had to come off with hypothermia.
Blimey heck.
This is in March. A nor'easter blows into New York. And the New York Red Bull goalkeeper.
And you were playing in this game?
And I was playing in this game.
It wasn't you?
And I stayed on, Dan.
How many layers did you have on?
A lot. So we had so the Red Bulls goalkeeper and then Clarence Goodson, who was the centre back for Dallas, both had to come off at half time.
Did they cancel the game?
No, game played to the end.
Wow.
Game played to the absolute end.
How was your performance?
Great.
Yeah. Because no one else can remember it.
That's right.
So you're saying that.
Nobody knows any different at this
Playing
point.
fog though, can you? But that's a statement, isn't it?
Craig's hot takes.
I once played at the Dell at Southampton, their old ground, and honestly, because of the stand, half the pitch had, it was Christmas time, half the pitch was soft, and the other half, not as in like the half you play in, you know, like long ways, it was completely frozen.
Right.
The ref decided to play the game. I was captain of Derby at the time, and I was pleading with him.
Of course you were.
Cancel it.
Any excuse.
As you would. But it wasn't fit to play, and it was
Go to the
embarrassing.
Heineken factory.
Well, I said to him, I'm going
I could recommend some places in Southampton.
I'm going to watch Ajax in Southampton, playing Groningen. That was a story.
There we go. Frank, what about you? Weather problems?
Fog.
Fog?
No fog problems, but I had the same circumstances than Craig, where in Strasbourg every year we didn't have the heated floor, so we played half of the pitch frozen and the other side kind of soft, because the sun was only hitting that part on the long side, let's say.
Yep.
And that was horrible because I was playing center back, so one half was quite okay, the second half I was on the frozen field, so that was horrible. And you know, most of the time we drew because we didn't want to break anything, our legs, our tear a thigh or whatever it could be. So you were very cautious, so nothing happened. It was very disappointing for the fans, I
remember
guess.
going up to Middlesbrough to play.
Hayes territory.
What?
Hayes home, isn't it, out there?
I didn't even know that. And the flight couldn't land because of fog.
Right, is that the story? Please tell me there's more to the story.
No.
Good, right.
Well, let's...
We don't need to stretch out.
Yeah, but you're saying
so many tenuous links to fog about the game.
That affects the game.
I remember one time I was driving.
Oh, God.
I was driving to work and it had fog. I was coming on the highway and there was fog.
No, you may laugh, you may jest. We have these problems to deal with.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, there's a fog on. With Barca playing with such intensity in La Liga, are they favourites to win against Bayern Munich, Mr. Craig?
Oh, Mr. Craig.
This is their next game, isn't it, in the Champions
Mr.
League at the
Craig,
Camp Nou, the Montjuic.
Can't handle that. People have been nice to me.
I know. People must call you sir a lot more now that you're getting older.
Well, I mean, to be honest, if I get knighted,
Uncle.
it's only a matter of time before I get knighted. Hey, Shaq. I'll be at Buckingham Palace before you know it. You'll be tapping me on the shoulder. You'll be calling me sir.
Oh, really? That's sir?
Yeah.
As in the royal sir, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's only a matter of time.
So, sir, your coffee's ready. I'm Craig!
I'd turn it down, you know.
What? Why on earth would anyone give you a knighthood? For what? Services to what?
I don't know. Fog. So what was your question?
Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Champions League, after the international break.
You'd have to say the way Bayern have looked defensively and the way Barcelona have looked in attack, even with all the problems, you'd have to favour Barca slightly.
Right.
Although it's quite close because they've got a lot of kids on the side. That is still an experienced Bayern team. But I'd slightly favour Barcelona at the moment to rip that Bayern defence apart.
Final question, Shaq, Bundesliga expert. Should Liverpool go for Marmoush? Will he bring value? Well, scored against the aforementioned Bayern Munich.
Sure, why not?
Why not? That's it. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
No.
No? Bit foggy?
Been a long day, yeah. Been a long day.
There you are. Frank, thank you very much. That is it. Thank you again for all your questions. We really appreciate it. Just a reminder, ESPN FC returns tomorrow, which sees the start of the international break. What a treat.
Beautiful.